Hello. Um, there's two reasons that I started this Facebook page I've had a Facebook site for a long time, but what I've been trying to focus in on over the last 5 years is COVID and my little journey through it. And also, I just want to put out as much information as I can about afterlife, what happens when we die. I've studied this my whole life. I'll be 65 pretty quick, and I was a chaplain with Spokane Juvenile Detention for 25 years, and that's main question everybody has is what happens when we die. And I as like most people, I didn't plan on dying. You think you'll never die, but everyone dies. No one gets out of it. And I got COVID in January of 2020, and it attacked my, originally they said it was my autonomic nervous system, but, and it took 4 years to kind of start narrowing things down. And what it's looking like now is the COVID attacked my brain stem, which is, I've heard of the term brain stem, but I didn't know exactly where it was. It's right back in the middle, kind of between, kind of just below your ears, and it's buried back in the bottom part of your brain. And that's where your brain sends out signals through your autonomic nervous system to control all kinds of things. And so they've done autopsies. I have researched this a lot intensely, and I'll post. I've probably got 100 different sites, but I'll post some sites from Mayo Clinic and Cleveland Clinic and Mount Sinai, and real good hard evidence, the first year of COVID, I have trouble talking too. I have trouble with everything. There was, I think it was 50 million people died just in the U.S. alone, and COVID had attacked their lungs and hearts. And so I had a lot of the same symptoms of that, and it felt like that. It felt like I was having a heart attack or couldn't breathe. And I spent two or 3 years there just because trying to follow up on the advice of doctors and specialists and what happened to other people. And at my every organ in my body, as far as I know, is very healthy. They've done so many tests on me, and there's nothing. The organs themselves were not attacked, but my brain stem is where the virus did its work somehow. And it's I don't have the virus in me anymore. I have the antibodies for the original SARS-CoV-2 virus that is the COVID virus, and it caused my body to produce more of something it wasn't supposed to. Big long term. I'll put it in my notes. But anyway, it just keeps getting worse. There's nothing they can do about it. There's no treatments. There's no cures. And from the time you start showing symptoms, which I did right away when I got COVID in January of 2020, you have maybe 6 to 8 years to live. I'm feeling pretty good. I have all kinds of problems, but I don't feel like I could just die tomorrow, but I could. My heart could. Your autonomic nervous system through the brain stem sends out signals throughout your body to breathe. You don't have to think about breathing. You just do it. That's your heartbeat. It controls all sorts of things, and so I've got all kinds of little things wrong with me and big things wrong with me that will eventually lead to my death. And I don't want to die. I want to stick around for my wife and my kids and my grandkids, but that's going to happen. And so I've fought for 5 years to get disability, and I finally got that, and that's one reason I was posting a lot of stuff on here, was to try to get attention for people like myself who can't do anything anymore, and it's not our fault. I was just working. I was a plumber. I was working for Washington State University, doing my job, and I ran across somebody who had that virus. We have I still think of myself as a Coug. I loved working for WSU. I loved being a plumber down there. But we had teachers, professors, students, lab techs that were from China. And I don't know if any one of those just happened to go home, or maybe they visited with a relative or something. But somehow, I mean, it was an optimum place to get it because of the Chinese population there. And anyway, I'm a follower of Jesus Christ, and have been for most of my life. And I know that when I do die, I'm going straight to heaven, and I'm not afraid to die at all. I'd rather stick around. We are all here for a purpose. It's amazing that any of us are here, and we live in a miraculous place that God created, and we're here for a reason. And the reason is just to be here, be the best you can while you're here. It's that simple. So I made some mistakes when I was younger, got arrested, spent almost a year locked up. And I was not a Christian back then. I believed in God, but I definitely was not. I was making big mistakes and stealing things and hurting people. And I felt really bad about it. And right after getting out, I did tell everybody I was sorry for what I did, and said, I promise I'll live the rest of my life better. And that's what I've tried to do, and I still am. And so that's, I posted a lot of stuff on here, scientific proof of that we're living in a created world, and that there's a whole nother world that's more real than this one. And that's all around us, is where eternity is, where heaven is. And that's where I'm going. And I wanted you to know that. And I don't know how much more I'm going to post. I really need to spend time with my wife and my kids and my grandkids, and I enjoy that a lot. So I might not post anything else after this, but watch some of the videos that I have on my site, and do your own research into this wonderful planet we live on, and this is where everything's happening, right here. This is where life is, and this is where eternity is. I'm not going off into the clouds to play a harp. I will be transitioning into what you might think of it as another dimension, but it's the real dimension. This is not a simulation. It is a creation, and it's very real. You're not living inside a computer program. It's a marvelous, amazing created place, and where the Creator lives is even more amazing. And so I hope I've done my part to bring as many people with me as I can. And as far as COVID, anybody out there who's got long COVID, I recommend that you go to a neurologist and have them do some tests on you. I've had all kinds of tests done on me, but probably I've come up with my own test that's even better. When I stand up, I get very dizzy because my autonomic nervous system does not make compensations throughout my body so that the blood goes up to my head. It just stays down, and my heart rate stays down. My blood pressure goes way down. And they strap you to a table, and they tilt you up and they tilt you down. And that usually shows something, but you can do it much better and easier just going up a flight of stairs. If you just lay down for a couple minutes, I wear a blood pressure cuff. They don't cost hardly anything, battery operated. And so I'll take my blood pressure after I've been laying down for a couple minutes, and it is usually normal. It might be 110, 120. That's kind of low. And then I want to make sure I'm close to my staircase. And I've got just a normal 8-foot ceiling in my house, so I'm going up in elevation about 8 feet. Maybe if you have someplace where you can go higher, but just you don't have to run up the stairs, but just take your blood pressure, turn it off, then go up the stairs, maybe 2 flights if you can. Just maybe a normal pace. You know, don't go try to go slow, but the combination of going up in elevation and standing up and exerting yourself, then take your blood pressure as soon as you get up to the top. Mine, when I do that, it drops usually 30 points, and that's better than a tilt table test. But they have done, I just use that term, I've researched it. These are real good sites. Mayo Clinic, Cleveland Clinic. They've done autopsies on the brains of people who have passed away from, and they had long COVID, and almost every one of them that they've done the autopsy on, that they've had brain stem with these things built up on it like I do. And they have a test now that you don't have to wait till you're dead. You can have, they'll do, I did it, biopsies, 3 different biopsies on me, and they send them to SIN1 lab in Scottsdale, Arizona. And 21 days later, you get the test back, and mine showed that I was positive for a buildup of these things on my brain stem. And so that's what I got. So love you guys. Appreciate it. Pass this on.